Okay, joined by Malachy Travers, the Ballyboden St Endas manager. Malachy, congratulations. Game 1 and win 1 in the go-ahead Dublin Senior A Hurling Championship. Your reaction to the victory here against St Oliver Plunkett's own row?
That's it, Derek. Look, we got the result we were looking for. We're on the road again. You're slightly apprehensive coming in here. How's it going to go, and have you prepared right? Have you done too much, too little? But look, the result is all important. We got the result we wanted. We're moving. There was times it could have been better. It could have been a bit slicker and stuff like that. But I'll take what we take from it, and we've work to do, and when we know that. And it was probably also nice to see some of the lads that have been injured and long-term injuries coming back to get a bit of time just to get that feeling again, and constantly kind of building out our squad as well. So overall, happy with work to do, I guess, is the summary.
You had a really positive start. I think we're 5 points to no score up after a few minutes, and then Plunkett's came back into it. But then in that second quarter, you fairly raced clear. You're 11 points clear at half time. That really gave you that kind of, I guess, buffer zone for that second half. Plunkett's did come back into it towards the end of the game, but still you were able to win out by, I think, 12 points in the end. So pretty comfortable win in the end. Like I say, plenty of positives. I'm sure learnings to take as well into the next game.
Absolutely, that's exactly it. I think we were 5-0 up, missed a penalty, and then we proceeded to concede 4 in a row, which is a bit frustrating, really. But look at it again. There, I suppose, the stuff we got to work on, or maybe it's a concentration or focus or whatever it is in those periods as well. And it's happened a number of times during the game. Actually, we got to be clear, and Plunkett's they pulled us back. So yeah, like I said, it's work to do, but again, it's lack of concentration or whatever that was, but I was happy as well because we spoke about it after the first water break that we just needed to switch it up a little bit, and we needed to continue what we were doing and not slack off if we got a couple clear. I thought that was probably the difference in the game. We just seemed to get away from them again. Then played into the win in the second half. We didn't quite kick on from there, but in fairness, they pushed us. They pinned us in here for a long time near the end, but the game got a bit disjointed. But again, we still had that comfort and that cushion, so happy with that. But again, it's just more so a bit frustrated maybe, I think, as well about the times when we were clear and just got turned over and conceded. So that's something for us to look at and focus on for the next day.
It's your first year in the job, obviously. You've obviously had a pretty good league campaign, getting to the league final. Obviously, missing it in the end, but getting to the league final. A good league campaign coming into the championship. Obviously, a good start to the championship. You've got a nice blend of youth and experience in that panel and in that team. We saw the likes of Paul Ryan come off the bench. You mentioned him come back from injury, and Colin Keeney as well is on the bench. A lot of guys who are there, and plenty of experience mixed in with plenty of youth. So it seems to be a nice blend that you have for yourself.
Yeah, it's something we identified, let's say, at the end of last year. Maybe, in the county final, we probably just didn't have that depth of squad that we needed, or we weren't using maybe our squad as much as we potentially could. So we really worked at trying to actually identify some of those younger players who could really, fill in at the bottom of our squad as well, and push their way into the team as well. And I think they've embraced that as well. And also some of the more mature guys have they've also probably brought them along that journey. But again, for the likes of Paul, who's been out long-term injury, double surgery, to see him back playing as well, and for him as well on a personal level, it's really good that he can now see light at the end of the tunnel, a game in a couple of weeks' time. So yeah, we are trying to create that. Absolutely, we are trying to get those younger fellas in, get them really part of the team and driving it forward and bringing a new energy to it as well. I think that's important, but ultimately you do need the stability of those let's say more mature fellas to actually give us that and carry us through those moments I was talking about when we do get a little bit out of kilter and do come under pressure. We do need that experience to bring them along. But it was a good experience for some of them today, and I think they'll benefit from that, and hopefully they'll get stronger every day.
It's Fogs or Scully Cunnell obviously in the next day. We don't know yet. It depends on who wins that game. It's on Saturday on O'Toole Park. Will you be keeping an eye on that game and I guess assessing them ahead of the next round?
We will, yeah. We'll try to get in to see them for that. We've already played Fogs this year in the league as well. So, and they gave us a lot of trouble actually. So yeah, it's that's it. All the focus is to the next day now. Look, it's 2 weeks' time. We're going to be playing the winners of the game tomorrow. So we've got to be focused for that as well, because there's no room for error here. We want to get a momentum out of any of our games as well. Like tonight, and even from the league final, I know we didn't win it, but we're trying to work on it, and we've work to do. We're very clear about that too. But it's nice to see where you are. It's nice to see where you are on the road as well. And we've, like I say, we've a laundry list of things to work on, and but the focus, we're very focused on the next day again now to try get in and get a win as well.